witnessed one of the best anime movies I've seen probably in my life. And I apologize because I am crying a little bit. Anyways, hey everyone, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we are looking at A Silent Voice. Now, obviously, I'll say in the title, don't worry guys and girls, I will not be spoiling anything. I will be talking about, obviously, my thoughts. I'll give you guys a quick summary of the show. I'll give you my thoughts on animation, sound, and, just the lasting appeal, and, of course, the grade. But I'm begging you guys, go watch this movie. If you want, pause this, then go watch the movie. Or watch the movie, watch this, and then watch the movie. Whatever, just go watch the movie. I'm telling you right now. Like, that is the lasting appeal of this. I'm going to say it right now. It's that good of a movie. Let's start with the story. And by the way, I do apologize if I sound a little weird. I just got over watching the movie like maybe 4 minutes ago, and I was crying during it. So, obviously I do have some tears now on my face right now. I wipe my face before doing the filming stuff, obviously. But it probably doesn't transition to the camera like my red eyes, but thankfully for that. Anyways, though. So the story follows two characters mainly, Shoko and Ishida. Now, Ishida is this young boy who is your typical sixth grader. He's a little bit of an ass to people, but, for the most part, it seems like he's just kind of one of those tries to be cool and fits in with everyone type of guys. Then we are introduced to Shoko. I'm like trying to compose myself, so I do apologize. I'm probably gonna make that mistake a few times. Now, Shoko is this young girl who, for the most part, when she's introduced, seems like your normal girl. She's not. She's actually deaf, and the thing is that right away Ishida makes fun of her nonstop, and he plays horrible pranks on her. I mean, like him and alongside other people, like Uno is this girl who actually has long black hair. I think her name's actually Ueno, but I always have problems pronouncing that correctly sometimes, so I do apologize if I make that mistake several times here. But these are people that mess with this girl. Even though she's always trying to act very kind to everyone, she seems to really love everyone. She just wants to be Ishida's friend. He doesn't have any of that. And the thing is that he pulls so many pranks on her to the point that it's really it's beyond bullying, which is really messed up. Now, the movie then skips ahead, and don't worry, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it skips ahead to when he's older, and a lot of things have happened to his life. I'm not going to spoil what those things are, but it's changed his personality completely. And essentially now, it's Ishida as an older person. He's probably in high school, I want to say. And then we have Shoko, who's also in high school. And this is where the story really starts picking up in terms of what happens to the characters, the various elements. Now, I'll say this right now, guys and girls. It's very hard to take a manga that's 7 volumes and to make it into a movie, I think. It was done so incredibly well. I know several of my friends who've seen the actual manga, or read the manga, excuse me, and they tell me that only besides certain elements that were cut, for the most part, it's still very well done, and it doesn't cut a lot of big things out. It does cut several big scenes out, but they're not enough to destroy, if you haven't seen the manga or haven't read the manga, it's not enough to destroy your kind of enjoyment of it. Even if you have, we all still enjoyed it. I watched this with some of my friends, and we were really watching it and loving it. But the pacing, the plot, the characters, everything, it's so relatable on many levels. When I grew up, I was bullied a lot, so I more so leaned towards Shoko's world, not, Ishida. I was bullied incredibly a lot. And the thing is that as I got older, though, some of the people that did bully me, approached me, even apologized. I had a few of them, not all of them, but I did have a few of them that I apologized. And I forgave them. I mean, kids will be kids, and it hurt when I was a kid, obviously, but as you grow up, you get out of that, and really your relationship then is built on a maturity. If this person grows up and if matures, you have to understand that, hey, listen, they're at least trying to put that effort in. And in many ways, it's like Ishida towards Shoko, which is how they are doing it in the story, and I really love that. Now, one thing I also love about this is that the romance elements are handled in a very interesting way. They're not done in your typical, I want to say, oh, this is exactly how the beats of the story are going to go. It's like point A to point B in terms of romance. They don't do that here. And I was very surprised about that. I was almost predicting certain things were to happen. And for the most part, I'll say right now, after the several predictions I made, only 2 of them are correct, because this story tries to be very unique for most romance stories, and I really highly enjoyed that. And I think for people that are kind of typical, you see typical romance movies, you're like, oh, this is exactly what's going to happen. If you're one of those people that's getting tired of that, then you'll probably enjoy this movie even more. So story-wise, incredible. Characters, incredible. I feel like there's a few characters that could have been more fleshed out, but the thing is, from what I heard, because they are more fleshed out in the actual manga adaptation, but the thing is that since it's a movie, obviously it's only 2 hours, it's 2 hour and 10 minute movie, roughly. You know, they can't have every single character being fully fleshed out. It would be too much of a movie. You'd be like probably encroaching on 4 hours of content, and they can't do that. So I mean, I understand why certain characters kind of got shoehorned into the story, but it does have some issues with certain characters when they do that. But it's not a big deal. It doesn't detriment the story in any way. Now, animation, Kyoto Annie, you need to keep doing stuff like this. Honest to God. This is probably one of the best things I've seen from them. I've seen some great stuff. I love the Beyond the Boundary movie. I love Beyond the Boundary as a show. That's probably one of the best like references I can make right now. This blows up everything beyond those. Like, this is, I think, probably one of their most impressive work, and you can clearly see the time and effort went into making it. I mean, in terms of not even just money, but in just terms of everything with sound. And I'm gonna get into that more later, but it's done in such a way that the animation is just spectacular. It's something that I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what this looks like on a 4K TV. Like, I need to see that for my own eyes. So animation will blow you out of the water. In terms of sound quality, voice acting, perfect. I have no issue with the voice acting. Everyone's very mood fitting, and that's one thing that's awesome. The sound though, like the actual music, the background music, the tone is incredible. I think it's very rare that I've ever seen a movie that feels like every single little tidbit of noise works in unison with the actual story, and that's something that is just awe-inspiring. I really loved it. Overall, is Silent Voice worth watching? Yeah, hell yeah, it's worth watching. You will be blown away if you watch this movie. If you love this type of genre, hell, even if you really aren't a big romance fan, you'll love this movie. I think that has a lot of cool concept to it. It's very relatable. It doesn't do anything outrageous for an anime movie. Like, it's not, you know, this might be an anime, but it keeps things very down to earth. And that's something that you don't see very often, especially in romance movies. But you don't see that very often in anime. It feels so relatable, and I loved every moment of it. I mean, the concept of just being surprised when stuff you thought was going to happen actually did not happen, or stuff that you didn't even think would happen happens. That's something incredible, and any movie can do that to me is, to me, worth applause. That's why if I had to give this movie an A through F, A+. It's honestly a masterpiece. Like, on Mal, it's a 10 out of 10 for me right now. It is that good. That's all I have to say. It's that amazing a movie. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed this review. As always, if you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video, check out my Patreon for some of the rewards I have on there if you want to. You can donate. If not, it's not a big deal, obviously. Anyways, until our paths cross again in the next review, God bless you all. Have a great, blessed day, everyone. Bye-bye.